about 3.5 weeks. I've already recruited 3 people on my team. I have 7 personal customers. My team has 21 personal customers. I've made the equivalent of $500 in bonus money already. That's a very good first month. I'm just looking for leaders. You know what? They'll be impressed. They'll be impressed. You don't need to quote big numbers. You don't need to talk about what other people are making in the company. People just want to know that you're actively involved and they're not part of your project. It's got to start somewhere. So the idea is that's where it is. So the fact is we got to have these couple people moving together. And then now what happens is that you're on a mission. Can you guys follow the word mission? We're in together. We're telling people from the beginning, you are going to the top. You and I are going to the top. You and I are both going to walk the stage at the next event. You and I are going to get qualified. You and I, there's something going on. And each new rep who gets in, that's where the talk becomes. You guys with me? That's what it is. So how do you go from, okay, there's just me, to now there's a couple of us, and we're all walking together. We're all walking together. You can see it in some groups in here. Some groups are like glue. They're all together. There's a mission. They're all moving the signs, and they got their banners up, and they're all together. There's unity already. But you know what? Don't get excited at other people's success without also picturing your own. Don't get excited if somebody's walking the stage and don't think that's not for you. You got a picture for you. I remember my first event that I ever attended in network marketing. And I said before that event, you know what? I don't need recognition. You just need to pay me. That was my attitude. I didn't know anything. And maybe some of you had the same attitude. But when I came to an event and I saw all the people walking the stage, I said, the next time I go to that thing, I'm walking that stage. I want to be part of that. Why would I want to be excluded? There's so many ways you can walk the stage. A 20 customer club, a 50 customer club, promotional, as far as advancing your position. You got to want to be part of all of that. So you take a vision. How many people want to go to our next event in March and right now know that there's between 20 people that they have not yet recruited that will be attending that event with them, and they'll all be walking the stage together. You say, what did I just tell you? Momentum starts here. It starts here. Because if you don't buy into the big picture, if you don't accept what's going on here, nothing can ever happen to that next recruit that you get. Are you guys with me? So the idea is we'll keep running along. So what happens is as you move through the ranks and you start teaching the system, and you start getting people excited, you have advanced from being the student to now you're the teacher. You're teaching people. And you don't need a certification here. You don't have to go to college to be a teacher. Everybody can do it. And then you become the master teacher. You know when you're the master teacher is that when your students are becoming teachers. And now you're the master teacher. What is that like? It's like you've reached ETL and you've now made a factory of CTLs. Because you're teaching the system. When you reach, regional marketing director, and now you got a factory of ETLs, you can always teach people what you have done. So if you're a certified rep, you can teach people how to become a certified rep. If you're an ETL, you can teach people how to be an ETL. Maybe we can't teach people yet how to be a regional marketing director or a national marketing director, but if you keep teaching people what you have done, you will then advance yourself to the next position. Does that make sense to everybody? Sharing, your vision in addition to this, because the fact is that I was taught years ago, it's like you have to be like an artist. It's like you come to work with this blank canvas every single day, and you have to be able to paint a picture with your words. That when you talk about this company, when you talk about where UCI is going, when you talk about where you're going, that becomes so vividly clear, it's like you're like remembering. And when people are done talking to you, they go, man, I get it. I get a lot of people say to me, like, I'm not sure, exactly if I'm going to do this, but I clearly know you're going to do well. You know why? Because I said so. Success starts here, momentum starts here. You're going to have success. Look at the person to your right now. Look to the right and say, you will be successful. You will be successful. Turn to the left. You will be successful.
We're talking to each other back in the head.
Sometimes that's all you need. Sometimes you just needed permission from somebody to be successful. Oh, no one told me I could be successful. I'm telling you now. Success is for the other person, but you are the other person to someone else.
Right.
Does that make sense to you guys? We all understand something. As you're developing, you're telling your story, your reps are now starting to do what? Tell the story. They only know what they see from you. And you want to be the kind of person that they want to emulate. You do. This is what I'm saying closely. You want people to be just like you. It's important that you understand. If you're going to be a leader, you want people to be like you. So character is important. Integrity is important. How you carry yourself, how you dress, your manners, all that. It's shocking that I actually lead people, I know. But the fact is that that's what leadership's about. When you look over your shoulder, are people following you? You know, last night I told everybody to meet me at Buffalo Wild Wings. There is no Buffalo Wild Wings. But 25 people met me there. That's amazing. Is that pretty cool? I let it happen. Now, it was a store, taco mix or something like that. You guys, I kept calling it Tacoma. I don't know how anybody found me. And I said, come to Tacoma. It's still not a place. Taco mix. But the emblem was just like Buffalo Wild Wings. Nothing magical there. So the idea is this. Now, as a group grows from 2 to 5 people to 10 people, you're spread the word. You guys with me? Do you see a little movement going here? You're being pulled to the right. You know what? Your demands are going to get greater when you start to have some success. Do you understand that? Your people are going to call you and say, can you talk to this guy? Can you talk to this person? Can you meet me here? You know, that's okay. That comes with success. That's what you want. If you want to get paid, you got to do the work. It doesn't happen by accident. So the idea is that it's no longer about your neighborhood. And this opportunity, by the way, has never been about your neighborhood. When someone says, I live in an area that doesn't have gas, or I live in an area that doesn't have electricity, like Maryland's a great example. Thank God we're finally open. Thank God. Just a bump along the road. That's all it is. Just a bump along the road, no big deal. But we're now here. Well, people say right away, Maryland, if you look at the BG&E grid, and you guys should do that, doesn't matter if you don't live in Maryland, where are all the customers available? It's a very condensed area where the customers are available. There are 1.2 million electric customers available. There's 650,000 gas customers available, but they're in a very condensed area. Around the DC suburbs, not there. If you get further out north of Maryland, it's not there. Because why live up here if there's no gas? Then call somebody who lives there. Your opportunity is not about Maryland. It's about Ohio. It's about Michigan. It's about Atlanta. It's about New Jersey. It's about New York. It's about everywhere we're going. It's not who you know, it's who you know and who they know. And you gotta work the list. You get a rep for a rep for a rep for a rep. That's your job. And how do you do that? By telling the story. By creating momentum. By talking about where you're going. By talking about where they're going. You're moving momentum together all the way around. So the fact is, it's going to grow beyond that. And you're going to have a business in different states. Eventually you're going to have a business in different countries. You understand that? Europe is deregulating the gas and electric right now. One day our company may be outside the United States. I see that. You know what? And I've been part of a company that grew from a national company to an international company. It's amazing to be in a room with 15,000 people and 5,000 came over from Europe. We got people who couldn't come from down the street. You're right? Couldn't make it. It's amazing to see what happens. And see, when you're working this, and the fact is that, so your tools as you grow is going to have to change. We're going to cross over a little bit here. You need to develop some leadership. And I'm just telling you what's going to happen. Why not? When you get on a conference call with the company, or you get on a conference call with maybe your leaders who's doing leadership, eventually you're going to want to do calls for your own leadership. You're going to want to be the person. You're going to want to be in charge. That's what makes you, a national marketing director. You have shown those skills, and you can do it. So as you're moving ahead, and you're doing some great things, you want everybody to start by taking these 10 people and moving into something. What does that mean? So the day I got involved in UCI, I started a team called The Next Week. I was like everybody else. I was a non-certified independent rep for the company. But 3 days later, I had a team call. Is that starting? I need to create a vision. I don't want to call Mary, Bill, and Bob my first 3 reps individually. I want them to hear what we are going to be doing as a team right now. And that call grew from 3 people, to 5 people, to 10 people, to 50 people, to whatever it is today. And we even let other teams join in because right now, as a young company, I understand it's the UCI UCI family, it's not about our team. We're so new, all are welcome. Come in and join. Just listen to what's going on, right guys? We need leadership. I had the pleasure last night, Mr. Bale, I bring a prospect to me who used to be in my former group. And I was so kind to help recruit him. It's hard, but it's about UCI. It's about getting leaders in. It's about helping our team grow. So in fact, you start getting people on the calls. Every Tuesday night we have a national peak call. There's 600 people in the room right now. What would happen if all 600 of you got at least one guest on the call Tuesday night? What would happen to UCI? I don't understand why you're not on the call every Tuesday night with a guest. You know a week in advance you got this call coming up. You build for it. What are you doing? Every day there's training in Baltimore. We have the 10 penny rule, put 10 pennies over here, and then every people, you put the penny back over here. You're peaking people every single day, you get them on the call. That call puts a lot of people in the business. I'm telling you, I know the results. Work with the call, have the numbers down. And the fact is that you'll do ETL calls. When your team gets above CTL, you need to call the trigger and start training people just for ETL. And the fact is, your group is now starting to see you as the leader. Are you guys with me? So we started with you, you're moving on. The fact is, you're about to explode. Explode somewhere in around the second level, third level, fourth level. Somebody below you will be the person that you've been looking for, and you didn't recruit him. Somebody brought him in, and it catches fire. And when it catches fire, your whole group is going to grow at the same time. So the fact is, as you start through the process, if you did it right, all I'm trying to get out of this first 10 minutes, if you teach the first person the system, and you make sure that it's done, and then they are now teaching people the system, you're going to have great success. What's happening to us is we have new people who are getting a rep in, but they didn't teach them the system. And then that rep gets a rep in who doesn't teach the system, and you keep going down the line, and then you have 10 people who don't know what to do. And there's no movement. There's no cause. There's no action. You're not a team. You're not moving together. You don't look like a bunch of ducks. You need to look like a bunch of ducks. It's okay. I like it when I see all the guys walking around with signs and their backpacks, and they're a bunch of ducks. That's cool. We're together, So the idea is that all you're doing is doing forward thinking. Everybody's moving forward. I want you to get a vision. What is it going to look like? Where are you going to be in 3 months? Where are you going to be in 4 months? Do you have a vision? Our next national is in March. What are you going to be when you get there? Are you going to get an MD? Are you going to RMD? Are you going to have 25 ETLs? You got to start thinking. If you say it out loud, people will start to believe you. Don't keep it secret. Not good. It's like you're on a diet, not tell anyone. Then you're in that cheesecake, no one knows. But if I knew you were on a diet, you're in a cheesecake, I'm going to bust you out. Should be in that cheesecake. You said you get ETL, why don't you go to work? Same thing.